The NBC News channel, Stay Tuned, celebrates 5 years on Snapchat. So the under 20 crowd are getting their news from creators, not from mainstream news sources. NBC is having great success with the Stay Tuned show on Snapchat, which they broadcast on all social channels, streams, and short and long form news. Now, I'll be honest, kind of like what you were just saying before, Tom, of not being aware of Roblox. I was not aware of Stay Tuned, and I don't use Snapchat at all. Like, I'm not on Snapchat. But I went and checked out Stay Tuned on some other platforms just to see what they do. And it is what you'd expect, news in under a minute, quick cuts, kind of like TickTok. They're huge. They've got 10.5 million subscribers on Snapchat. Receives nearly 1 million unique viewers per episode. And most importantly, I think it's millennials. This is how they're consuming their news. This is like, your grandparents are going and watching Fox or NBC on television, on cable, but the younger crowd are getting these sort of little bites of news from these kind of platforms, which actually connects to a greater point that came out of VidCon. If there was one overarching concept, it was short form video is hot, whether it's reels or shorts or TikTok or taking all those things and repurposing them, spreading around. The platforms are pushing that format. Reels with Meta, they want people to do reels, so they're giving you a lot of free traffic. So I think it's where we're going to consume our news, but it's where we're consuming everything. I personally don't like it. I prefer long form content. I'd rather watch a YouTube video than a short or a TikTok, but this is where the traffic is.
I was just having a conversation with somebody about this the other day, because I'm like you. I'm definitely a long form content kind of person, but I was like, what's interesting about this, at least what I see from it, short form content, what's the point? To me, from a platform level, the point is, if it's short form, you flip between new piece of content, you can insert more ads. So they must be getting more ad space per minute watch, like whatever that metric is with these short forms. I just find that interesting because it's TikTok, Instagram does it with Reels, YouTube does it with, or Reel. I don't know. They all have their own thing now, right? All these platforms have their little short blip type things. And I think it's because they can insert more ads. That's my theory.
What's interesting about shorts on YouTube is that right now the only way to get paid for it is through the Shorts Fund, right? Which they are distributing to creators in some way that people don't really understand. But I don't think there is ads on shorts on YouTube right now. But that's interesting that's what you think, because a lot of people have been talking about how is YouTube going to monetize shorts and why are they pushing it so much. And even the way Instagram, I don't know if you guys' Instagram feed changed, but now when I scroll, it's like I'm scrolling TikTok, right? It's annoying. I keep closing it because I'm like, I don't want to scroll like that. And it keeps showing me people or things that I don't even follow anymore. That is becoming less relevant to me, right? So yeah, but
that's funny because I was just using my TikTok and I was seeing they were showing images like an Instagram carousel. I had to swipe to the right. I was like, oh my gosh, TikTok's becoming Instagram. Instagram is becoming TikTok.
yeah, it's interesting. I guess because with the the millennials or whatever, they really like that. But for us, I don't like it. I'm not a TikTok person. I don't scroll TikTok and stuff. I don't like it too much. I do like some reels that get posted and little tips and stuff, but what do you?
I think they all have their place. I mean, I find out about new things through short form video and then, investigate deeper with long form, a podcast, a YouTube video. What I think is interesting, I remember, you guys probably remember this, if you go back to sort of the start of content on the web, people were saying there's so much information. This is probably when it was just articles, right? And it's like, attention spans are so short, no one can read your blog post because there's a million other blog posts to read. And then suddenly YouTube comes out and then social media comes out. It's like, oh my gosh, so, attention spans are even shorter now. Like, there's so much content. And then it's getting shorter and shorter and more. And yet, I think overall, we're still managing to always have a way to reach people in whatever format we need to, no matter what our topic is. And I think that, to me, is the beauty of the internet, really. It's these platforms change, which, TikTok is now ascending and there's more of everything, but there's still a predefined way. Like, you can go and start creating reels today and probably organically reach an audience no matter what your topic is. You couldn't do that before the internet. So I don't like it, but I also think it is
do you think
amazing.
It's causing more like ADHD in children because it's always just kind of like one thing to the next, to the next?
Well, cause and effect, or just correlation, or is it the other way around? And again, you guys are saying millennials, but I don't think this is a push towards millennials. I think this is
Yeah,
Zoomers.
yeah, yeah.
I think it's that younger generation even,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I don't know if it's causing it. I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but I do feel like it maybe trends towards that younger generation that are, at least they're growing up and they're adopting it right from the start. Quick short form content. I don't know. It's a good
The short form
question.
content started with more funny stuff, like entertainment. Now looking at, something like the show Stay Tuned, getting more into like short form news content, which I think is interesting. I like to get my news like that, like really quick, what's going on, right? I like to watch a lot of shows that are just like kind of give me the gist of what's going on. I'm not going to sit there and study and read and watch like an hour-long video about one topic that's news related, right?
But you would a documentary though, right?
Yeah, I would like to watch a documentary. Yeah, that's true.
Like you'd watch if there was a subject you care more about, you'd dive into
Right,
the
but not with like
documentary and watch
daily
long form.
news, right? Like if there's some daily thing news happening, I'm not gonna watch like a 20-minute video on that one story, probably, unless I'm really into it.
Yeah.
Like I do notice, some YouTubers do that. Hey, you have in the notes here that, and this came from your notes from VidCon, around short form news content being a focus.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, it's one of the threads that connects this idea of short form content. I mean, you guys see this. We're maybe even attempting to be an example of it right now, where you're going to possibly, like, who knows? You might be watching me talk right now on a clip from this YouTube video, which is long form, but you've taken it and put it into a short form, repurposing it. And the point is, a lot of, whether it's millennials, Zoomers, I think it's us too. Maybe you guys are millennials. I don't know, Matt. I thought you might be a millennial, but I'm Gen X. I'm in the middle there. And whatever the case may be, the traditional news format is not watched by younger people. Let's just call them younger people, and they're getting their news from a whole range of internet-based media, whether it's short form, long form, middle form, swiping up or down, or left and right. It's not about an anchor giving you an update with, here's the bad stuff that happened. We'll end with a cute story about a dog or a cat, and that's the format. Right now, it's Matt, who knows a lot about business and internet marketing and creator economy, who then can give his angle. He gets the news, but he also gives his opinion and angle about the story. And that's what's great, because it's tailored then to what you are more interested in hearing. But what's important there, it's also anchoring the creator who's giving the news as being a filter, is having some kind of power there to control perception of the news. Just like we were talking about last episode, what Jordan Peterson says already is going to be filtered by what you think of Jordan Peterson. So if he tells you some news, it becomes political, left-leaning, right-leaning. But what I love about it, it's all long tail. We're all about the long tail, finding out the very specific, tailored to what you are interested in, and it's more nuanced, it's more niche. In that case, it should be more useful to you as well. And I get that right now. I'm on TickTok, and I'm getting individuals telling me very specific things about cryptocurrencies, whatever it is, business opportunities, traffic marketing, among other things I get on TikTok, because I don't know, TikTok's algorithm thinks I like animals and things I shouldn't mention on this show. So, stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely been a theme.
Yeah.
Short form and news.
Well, it's also, I think, and tell me if this is what you learned from this as well. The short form can support the long form, like almost like, because I think the short form, like it's like, here's a 10-minute or 10-second clip or 5-second clip, and it's something interesting, and it's like it's got a hook, but it didn't complete it. It's still in a loop in my mind, so I clicked to go watch the full interview. I think there seems to be a lot of opportunity for long form creators to tap into the short form in that way, from kind of a marketing standpoint, if that makes sense. It doesn't have to be, here's my 15 seconds of me, what is it, mukbanging, or but we get
that sounds very suspect. Tom. No, I see your point, and I heard Colin and Samir say something similar, and they're I think this is new. Everyone's experimenting, but it's this idea that the algorithm's pushing short, but then it's meant to also push subscribers to long form. So find you on short, maybe go and check out your channel, watch something longer, hit the subscribe button. So it's a funnel. We know all about the funnels, right? That's the the online video funnel right now.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like I've discovered a lot of people through short form videos. So I think it is a good discoverability tool.